So first, just wanted to say Happy New Year, and of course, I didn't do anything video-wise for Christmas either. So Merry Christmas! A little bit late. This one's tough. I mean, it's gonna be short here because I think um, as much as I want to talk about, there's lots of things to talk about. I think the thing that probably is on a lot of people's minds right now are the people, the families, the individuals affected by the fires raging in and around Los Angeles. I shouldn't say mostly around Los Angeles, though they have spread into residential areas. Some of them very uh, nice homes, of course, but you know, a regular subdivision in LA, is going to cost a lot of money. That's just the way the pricing goes there. Um, it looked to me like, at least right now, that the containment of these fires is still quite difficult, which means the likelihood of spread is there. So we need to pray. Uh, we need to pray not only for those that are, the firefighters that are trying actively to keep these fires as much as possible contained. But we need to pray that the Lord would intervene on this because, you know, fire in and of itself, left alone, uh, as you fan the flame, it just spreads. And, they got the winds out there to deal with, and it just, uh, well, we want it to end. And so my message to you right now is to pray that the Lord would intervene on this and stop the spread of these various wildfires. There's multiple of them. I know that we focus on the big one, the two big ones that are out there, but there's more than that. And if you're a believer and you want, you're praying, you say, "Well, that's great, Chris." Let me tell you, that's first and foremost. Okay, so that's the greatest thing that anyone can do. All right, bar none. But if you're out there and you know some of these people that are displaced, especially the ones that have been evacuated, and their homes maybe are not destroyed, but they have been forced to evacuate, and that's a lot of people. Uh, these people are going to need places to stay. Some of them, not all of them are financial, even though they may be living in very expensive homes in that area. They may not be as financially well off as we like to pretend. I have seen some people that I know indirectly who have had their homes destroyed, and I would never, lift them up and say, "Oh, this guy's, independently wealthy and doesn't need to make a living anymore," or anything like that. That's not the case. And so they, it obviously costs them a lot to live out there. Of course, not anymore because his home is now destroyed. But um, and they'll have to deal with that. I mean, those are the other things you can pray about. So pray about housing for these people, helping these people. Pray for what you believe you can give. Obviously, support if you know anything that you might be able to bring um, to the picture directly with regards to firefighting. Absolutely, get in touch uh, with those in the area and bring your wisdom with you um, with regards to that. But then we got to pray for these people not only as they go through and a very active scene that's going on right now, and the people that it could impact down the road that aren't evacuated yet. We don't want to see this continue, but also we're gonna it's gonna take a long time to address uh, in the aftermath as well. And all of this, you know, uh, doesn't mean that we ignore the hurricanes, that rip through, the southeastern portion of our country not too long ago, right? And those people, many of them are still, without homes and not able to live their lives normally, and they're going through the motions, right? So they're going through that aftermath that we're talking about, that these people and at some point in time in the Los Angeles area are going to have to go through, and it can be very difficult. Um, it is frustrating to uh, to lose it all. We also need to pray. uh, I hear there are looters going in. You know, the police keep the normal people, the people that try to follow the law, from going back in to the burnt areas until they are safe. But criminals are going in there, and then they're poking around looking for things like fireproof safes and things of that nature to pull out of the rubble. And so I would pray that the Lord's hand would prevent that as well, because that's talk about kicking someone when they're down. That just makes zero sense. So when you pray, there's a lot of things to pray about. And I know there's a lot of blame game going on. Look, the fires are burning. So, you know, we can talk, maybe if this completes at some point in time and the smoke is going away, we can talk about, ways to maybe help mitigate the problem in the future if it's possible, right? Uh, but for right now, we need to stop playing stop distracting, getting distracted from the hurt and the pain and the loss and the anxieties that are going on right now. And I do pray that people would not be anxious in this. The Lord is the Lord, and you know, uh, even even when your house is ablaze, the Lord is the Lord. And sometimes the paths that you end up going through in life, that where you get to see your temporal material, possessions are worth destroyed, lead you to a greater path with regards to your faith. And people say, well, I don't see that. I get it. Trust me, you're in the middle of it. It's very hard to cry out in the midst of the flames. Um, very, very hard. And so I get it. Uh, so anyway, a very urgent call to prayer for everyone. And so let's do that right now. So pray with me. Lord, I just pray for the people in Los Angeles, the ones that have been uh, hurt with the loss. Obviously, there are some people that have died in this as well. So there could be loss of a human kind in here as well for people, family members. I pray that people have opened their doors and help. I pray for the firefighters who are fighting the flames, Lord. I pray that law enforcement would not have to deal with a whole lot of silliness on behalf of people that would try to exploit people while they're down. I pray for the people on the East Coast who maybe we've forgotten, who are still dealing with the aftermath of a horrible disaster there too. And we don't want to forget about them, Lord. All the eyes have shifted over to the West Coast, and we're thinking about all these fires burning out of control because it's active and it's going on now, Lord. Please stop it. Please intervene. Bring it to an end. Help all the people who suffered a loss, whether it be on the West Coast, East Coast. We just pray that your hand would be on them, Lord, as they go through these tough times, that you would guide them to a greater faith in you. And that's my prayer for everyone here. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, until next time, I'm going to leave it right there.